Good afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you are. Welcome back to the Silver Silk and More channel. I have got a fantastic project for you today. It is so easy to make and such a clever idea. And we get to use pearls and three needle together in the most gorgeous and glamorous way. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We are going to make this beautiful pearl necklace. This one happens to be a black colorway, and the pearls are indeed floating. I'm really excited to get to this project, but I want you guys to do a couple things for me. If you enjoy the content on this channel, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you are interested in seeing more and enjoy the channel, be sure to subscribe to my channel over on YouTube. Lastly, you can also check out the video description for all of the links to the products and any resources that you might need to complete this project. So, having said all that, my friends, let's go ahead and get into the materials. And I'm going to flip my camera down to my work table. All right, we have got some tools that we're going to talk about. First is our cutters, which look like this. These are a Lindstrom brand, excuse me, and I've used these for absolutely everything, probably things that I should not be cutting, but I still cut anyway, and they are extremely sharp. The other thing is that you will need some chain nose pliers, which aren't listed. These are actually a nice to have, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. They're not required, however, but I would have them on hand just in case. And a secondary tool to that, or I guess third, would be a beading awl, just in case you're having a little bit of trouble stuffing the three needle chain into the pearl when we get to that step. Just have one of these out on the side. If you don't, it's not required again, but it's nice to have. And then finally, you will definitely need some Loctite glue. I absolutely love this stuff. It dries so quickly. It's readily available to shop for just about anywhere, your hardware store, any big box stores. And I really love the I guess the side mechanism to take the glue out. And so what I can do is keep this forever and it wouldn't dry like some of the other glues would. So I really love this stuff and I recommend the Loctite brand. All right, as far as materials goes, you really just need a couple things. You will need some three needle chain, and I mentioned the sort of black colorway from earlier, which really uses hematite three needle chain. Three needle chain is sort of exactly what it sounds like. It takes three needles on the knitting machine to basically stitch together a very fine, very flexible, and very precise chain. And three needle comes in 25 or 26 colors that you can choose from. And so if you've got some white pearls laying around, this is going to be great if you're really wanting to add a pop of chain color in there to your design. Or if you want to go with neutrals, all of that is offered as well. I really love this stuff. It comes in a 5-foot spool and you can cut it without fraying, which is pretty awesome. In this case, we're going to be chopping it up into lots of little pieces, and so we definitely are going to take advantage of that no fraying of the chain. You'll also need some black or whatever color pearls, as long as they've got a hole that is approximately 2 millimeters in diameter. This one happens to have a pretty good size, as you can see. I am actually going to be using a different colorway altogether. I decided that I'm kind of feeling on the champagne gold today. And so I wanted to use up some of my white pearls into this design. So I've got these great large drilled white pearls, and I've got this gorgeous champagne gold to go with it. And I mean, is that not exquisite? That's a beautiful combo. So I have those there to work with. So let's go ahead and get into our steps. The first is really just cutting up the chain, which we're going to use what I'm going to call from this point moving forward segments. We're going to use little segments that are about 4 inches in length. And I'm just going to grab my ruler real quick. And the segments you want to be aware that depending on the size of what you want your necklace to be or how far you want your pearls to float between each other. In this case, it's going to be every 4 inches that they're going to be sort of laid out within the design. You can absolutely extend that out further if you want to and use 6 inches. You'll just have a longer necklace. Or you can choose something shorter and add a ton of pearls on. And so I really love this for the versatility of it. In this case, I'm going to stick with the pattern and go with the 4 inches for my design. And you'll need two of these little links per pearl. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up a couple of these, which really, as we kind of dive into our instructions, which by the way, you can actually go to silversilkonline.com. And if you go into the Silversilk education tab in the menu, this pattern is actually available there for your reading pleasure. Again, I just use my flesh cutters to cut these segments into my desired length. And I'm going to show you one, but then I've got several of them put together already that we'll just kind of glue together, and it'll magically just kind of turn into a necklace, which is pretty cool. But we're going to go ahead and actually apply our glue. Now, there's a couple steps you want to do before applying the glue. First is we're going to go to the end here. Do you see that little piece of wire sticking out there? This is where our chain nose pliers comes in handy. And you can either go ahead and glue this into the pearl as it is, but I like to clean the ends. It just makes everything so much easier. Once you kind of pluck that little piece off, just roll it between your fingers and you've got a nice little pointed 3-needle segment there to work with. And I'm going to do the same thing to this other one. Go ahead and pluck that off. Okay, you can see that I don't have any more, well, what I like to call wire fuzzies onto the chain. So I'm just going to roll that between my fingers and it is ready to be glued. So I'm going to grab a pearl and I'm going to grab some Loctite glue. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just apply a little bit of, oh, I've got a little wire fuzzy. Nope, just needed to be scooched up there. I'm going to apply the glue at the end here. You really just need a very small amount. Don't get it on your hands. Your fingers will stick together. And then I'm just going to insert my pearl in carefully. And then I'm going to do the same thing basically to the other side here, where I just apply a little bit of glue. Come in on the other side and insert it in. What you should feel is those two wires crossing each other just ever so slightly. And as do reflect, it's reflected in the instructions there. Now it does say to let the glue dry for about 15 minutes between each segments, but since I'm sort of speeding along in the video, and luckily the glue dries very quickly, probably won't even take 15 minutes, but I like to be on the safe side just in case. But you can see there that these are the segments that you'll be creating with multiple links. And it really just depends on how long you want your necklace to be to create the amount of links that you wish. Now, I've got a total of 5 here that I'm going to be putting together eventually, but I will also say that I'm short a few pearls because I've only got 2 left. So we can either take our black pearls, which actually that might look kind of cool, to alternate the colors. I didn't even think about that. It might be too much though. We'll stick with the white and see where we go and how far we get. But really, you're just repeating the same step over and over again until you've got many of these segments attached together. So really, it's just a matter of cleaning up the edges by plucking that little wire off. Okay. Grabbing your pearl. You could even pre-string this like that. Apply your glue. Kind of overlap the other chain just a little bit, and then slide the pearl over both chains. There is really no right or wrong way to do this, as long as they're secure, that they've got a nice little application of glue, and that you've allowed enough time to let it dry. Let's do that one more time. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and slide this right on. I'm gonna check for any extra wire fuzzies. I believe I removed them before the video. And I'm ready to go ahead and apply the glue. And it fits in there quite snugly. I will also say that the knits are sort of interlocking against each other, and so you'll really be able to tell that it fits inside of that quite snug and securely. That's really about it, guys. Like, there was really nothing much to this project. As you could see, it was put together quite quickly. Look how beautiful and delicate that looks. Great bridal jewelry, I will say, or bridesmaid jewelry. If you're wanting to gift any of this to loved ones. And there's a final illustration where we just attach the extra pieces together. So again, different colorways are an excellent option. I really love the idea of even choosing different colored pearls with complementary chains in this design. And again, there are 26 colors available on silversilkonline.com. So really, the possibilities are endless. And you don't have to stop at pearls. You can also go with another lighter weight bead that has about a 2 millimeter hole and just completely repeat the same technique and steps as you wish. So again, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big like over on YouTube. And then please be sure to subscribe to the channel. You can check out more of my videos over on YouTube. In the live section, I've got a giant library of all sorts of tutorials with SilverSilk and different inspirational pieces. And you can do all of your shopping over on silversilkonline.com. You can also follow us over on Instagram, where we've got even more inspiration, where we're posting carousels and reels of all sorts of Silver Silk goodness. And lastly, you'll want to join our virtual community. It is our safe place and our creative space. And we just like, love to inspire each other there. And so we welcome and wish for you to join. So, with that, I wish you a happy, happy creative day, and I will see you at the next tutorial. Bye.